Welcome back to Ingezo Education. On this, in this video, we'll be focusing on what first principle now. What first principle, which is calculus and rules now, and also the average gradient at the point now. Thank you very much. So this is question number 6 now. So which is the first one is what? It's just 6.1, 5 marks, which is we are supposed to use what? Differentiate using what? Differentiate using first principle, and we look for what? For the first derivative. Yeah, we don't derive, but we look for what? We differentiate and look for what? For the first derivative. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's a key word. Now let's write the f at x there. 6.1 f at x is equals to how much? Is equals to -1 minus 2x. Nice. This is our question, 5 marks, which is we must differentiate from first principle. You are going to look for f of x plus h now equals to -1 minus 2 into x plus h now. This is what we call what? Function notation, where we see x, we substitute by how much? By x plus h now. You're going to have -1, -2x, -2h, which is we're going to have what now? Done. That is our f at x plus h now, which is we look for our first derivative is equals to how much? Lim when h approaches 0, which is you're going to have how much? F of how much? F of x plus h minus f at x, all divided by how much? By h. Lim when h approaches 0, which is you're going to have how much? -1 minus -2x minus -2h minus into how much now? Into how much? What is our f at x? -1 minus 2x, close bracket now, divided by how much? By h, which is we're going to have our lim when h approaches 0, which is we're going to have how much? Negative how much? -1, -2x, -2h, plus how much? Plus 1, plus how much? Plus 2x, all divided by how much? All divided by h, which is we're going to have how much now? Lim when h approaches 0, which is we're going to have how much? When h approaches 0, we're going to have this one and this one will cancel each other. This one and this one will cancel each other, which is will be left with -2h, all divided by h. H and h will divide each other, then we'll be left with how much? Our first derivative will be equals to how much? Will be equals to -2 now. Done. That is our 6.1 now. That is our first principle for technical maths now. First principle for technical maths now. This is what you do now. Thank you very much. This is what you do now when you're expected to look for the first principle now. Nice. Let's get to the rules now. 6.2 now. 6.2 now, 6.2.1, which is 6.2.1. Let's write the question. 6.2.1, which is we're given what? We're given this of x now. This of x into how much? Into x squared plus x minus 2, close bracket. This is what we are given now. So once we differentiate now, remember we drop what? We drop this of x now. We drop this once we differentiate. So we drop the power, we reduce the power by 1, plus how much? 1 multiplied by 1, x raised to the exponent of 1 minus 1, minus how much? Minus 0. Remember f of how much? F of x being equal to how much? A constant, which is f prime of what? Of this f at x will be equal to 0. Nice. Remember y is equal to 0, which is now, remember if f at x is equal to kx raised to exponent of 0, which is once we differentiate f prime of x will be equal to how much? K multiplied by 0, x raised to exponent of how much? Of 0 minus 1. Which is going to have 0 multiplied by how much? X raised to exponent of negative 1, which is 0. You understand? Which is, that is why the first derivative of a constant is equal to 0. Nice. Which is we're going to have how much? 2x plus how much? 1 minus how much? Which is we're going to have how much? 1x raised to exponent of 0, which is we're going to have 2x plus how much? Plus 1. 1x raised to exponent of 0 multiplied by 1 is how much? It's 1. Thank you very much. That is our 6.2.1. Nice. So now let's get to 6.2.2, where most learners get to struggle now to change what? A radical sign. 6.2.2. Which is, what are we given? We are given x, y is equal to how much? X root of x minus 9x squared minus 1. So this is the question now. Nice, this is the question. Which is the first thing first that we're going to do now, we're going to change that radical sign. Xy is equal to how much? X into what? X raised to exponent of how much? Of half. Which is minus how much? 9x squared minus 1. Which is now, most learners don't like to press their calculator. Press it. 1 plus how much? 1 plus 1 divided by how much? 1 divided by 2. 3 divided by 2, so that you are sure that now this is how much? X is the exponent of how much? 3 divided by 2 minus 9x squared minus 1. This side we're having xy, which is going to have divided by x, divided by x, divided by x, divided by x. This one will divide this one. Y will be equal to how much? X is the exponent of 3 divided by 2 minus 1 minus 9. X is the exponent of 2 minus 1 minus x is the exponent of negative 1. Nice. Which is, press it again. 3 divided by 2 minus 1 is 1 divided by 2. Be sure. X is the exponent of 1 divided by 2 minus 9. X is the exponent of how much? Of 1 minus x is the exponent of how much? 1. So now we can start differentiating now. This is our y. So we're going to have this of y divided by this of x now is equals to how much? Is equals to 1 divided by 2. X is the exponent of how much? 1 divided by 2 minus 1. 9 minus how much? 9 multiplied by how much? By 1. X is the exponent of 1 minus 1. Which is minus how much? Minus 1 multiplied by minus 1. X is the exponent of negative 1 minus 1. Which is, we're going to have 1 divided by 2. X is the exponent of negative half minus how much? Minus 9 minus how much? Minus x is the exponent of plus, which is this one, it will be plus how much? X is the exponent of negative 2 now. This will be your final answer. Nice.